Yeah, it's made 252 horsepower, great, but that's horrific to drive. So you've got a Bugeye WRX, you want to take it up from the standard power up to more than it's got, more than an STi ideally. What do you need to do? In this video, I'm going to talk you through the different steps and using a real life example, which is Zoe's Bugeye WRX, which I've got on the dyno at the moment. We're going to go through and show you what power it is at the moment and what power it's going to get to, and I'll also go through the tuning process, looking at how it's running at the moment on the standard map with the modifications, and then tuning it step by step until we get to the final power figure. Hopefully it'll be a nice power figure. So modifications to the car to get it to this stage. It's a pretty standard Bugeye WRX, standard intercooler, standard turbo. They fitted in the induction kit on there, not completely necessary for this power level. And we've also got a 3-port boost solenoid in there as well, which is needed on a Bugeye WRX to give it more boost. Apart from that, nothing else has changed in here. We've got a free-flowing exhaust in there and a Walbro 255 in the tank. Okay, so we're on the dyno. Difficult to do without a cameraman. Right, third gear, starting to run from third, from 2000. Third gear, starting to run from 2000. We'll take it up all the way if it's safe to do so. Let me jump out the car. Right, so as we're on the standard-ish map, we've got a free-flowing exhaust in here, so we're seeing the boost going up beyond the boost target, then coming back down, then going back up. This is normal for what happens for an unmapped car. Boost, air-fuel ratio is coming rich and coming back up. Pretty normal Subaru sort of fuel map. All in all, standard power on this is normally 220, but this is what you would see with an unmapped car. So we're getting boost fluctuations, we're getting the rich spike is dropping the power off in the mid-range. Yeah, it's made 252 horsepower, great, but that's horrific to drive. This should be, after it's mapped, a nice smooth line up here. Hopefully around that 280, 285 mark. So that's it. We're gonna see what it will make now. Get some proper map on there. Okay, so I've got one of my base maps here. I'll just load this in, and it's pure form at the moment, just to get us a starting point. So I've got the test mode connectors joined under the steering wheel with the white flash block connector on this one. It's a later Bugeye. Some of the earlier ones had the blue connector on there. So test mode on, ignition on, and press enter. So that will load up. And let's see what it does on this map. Okay, that's done. Get rid of that. Test mode off, ignition off, start it back up again. Okay, so I've got my deck counts on and we are ready to rock and roll. So hopefully boost is under control and closer than it was on the map that was on there, and we've got some fueling that isn't drowning. That should be a bit better. Okay, so what I'm hoping to see here is boost to be a nice smooth build up to about 1.3 bar, and air fuel ratio about 11.3, somewhere around that. So third gear, 2000 RPM. So we got air fuel ratio coming down a little bit on the rich side in the mid-range there, but a lot better than what it was. Boost, we come up to 1.25, a little bit of a wobble there. I'll try and smooth that out, and we're holding much more boost all the way along. That's 209 horsepower at the wheels. Flywheel, you know, a much smoother curve, and 270 at the flywheel so far, but there's more to come from that. If I lean this out in the mid-range, I can add a bit more timing in there, smooth this out. That should make the 280, 285. Okay, so the map's on there. Gonna take another run now, see how it reacts to that. So I'll just load it up, get it into third gear. So we're gonna hold it at 2000 and then start the run from there. Okay, so power only went up 1 horsepower at the wheels. I think that's pretty much all the boost we've got. So the job now is to concentrate on ignition timing and getting that fueling a little bit leaner in the mid-range from about 4,500 up to 6,000, just lean it out a little bit. And that should give us the power we're after. So we're getting closer, probably around that 272 horsepower at the moment. With these map changes, we should get around that 280, I think. But we'll just see in a moment. Okay, here we go. Jump out of the car and show you that on the screen. So that's where we're at the moment. So power, nice smooth graph, giving us 286 horsepower at the moment at the flywheel. obviously compared to the wavy little roller coaster that was the previous map. Air fuel ratio, beautiful, going slightly rich from 5.5 onwards. So if I lean this out here at 5,500 to 6,000, that may well bring us up to around that 290 horsepower mark. And I think adding a little bit of ignition timing as well will probably get it up there as well. So what did it make? Let me show you. As you can see, roller coaster graph before and the now new 290 horsepower smooth graph. Torque up from a wavy 250 up to 307 pounds a foot. Should be a much better car to drive. Hope you enjoyed this and found it interesting, and I'll see you in the next video.